Today's video is because someone actually messaged me on Tumblr a few months ago that I should do some opinion videos, and I thought about it and I was like, you know, I might as well just try it out. I haven't really planned anything today, but I have planned the topic sort of. Like, I want to talk about social media and how it's changed, specifically YouTube, but I also wanted to touch on like other social medias. But this was also kind of inspired because the other day I was watching like a lot of beauty YouTubers. I was watching like their old videos that I used to watch back when I first started watching them, and it was just so funny to me because I was like, dang, the videos were so like different back then. Everyone had like a very simple camera. A lot of people, they just, I don't know, like their videos were just so simple, you know, and that appealed to everyone. And I feel like everyone was genuinely themselves. And I'm not saying like, oh my god, everybody's so fake now. Like, a lot of people are, you know, they just grew up and that's why their personalities changed and everything. But, you know, YouTube has definitely become like a money-making business and everything. So sometimes it's kind of like, think about the fact that a lot of these people are doing it as a job rather than for fun. So like, what are their motivations for certain videos? I feel like there's just like a lot of negativity because the YouTubers make so much money, and then there's just so much I want to discuss about YouTube. YouTube is basically like promoting consumerism a lot. YouTube kind of makes it seem like we need everything, and I understand like the people that are on YouTube, that's their job a lot of times, so they're just promoting certain products and they get sent a lot of things for free. So I don't really blame them, but it's also like, you know, we're such a consumerist culture to begin with, and now the makeup industry is like become bigger than ever. And I see like so many people who are like in high school, middle school, taking part in all of this. And I remember, like, I know what's gonna say like, oh, back in the day we were so perfect. It's not like that. I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying that it's interesting that this is how everything has turned out, and in a way it's good, but in a way it's bad. Like, I see a lot of like really young girls who are like in high school or even middle school, like wearing a lot of makeup, going to Sephora to buy all their makeup. Like, I remember back then I wasn't allowed to wear makeup. I had like this one cheap eyeshadow that I had gotten from like the drugstore, and it was blue. I think we all had that one like bright blue eyeshadow. And then I remember my first high-end makeup product was from Victoria's Secret, which is like not even a makeup brand, but I had like another blue eyeshadow from there. But yeah, like, I don't know, I wasn't allowed to wear makeup, and I would just kind of like wear the teeniest bit sometimes because I was interested in it, I liked it. But these days I see like a lot of people who have really, really like heavy makeup, and it's like, I'm not judging people for that or anything, but it's like, I think there's a time to be a kid and there's a time to like dress up like you're older. And makeup is generally associated with women who are older and more mature. And so when a little child is wearing makeup at such a young age and like wearing so much of it, I feel like it's sometimes just not appropriate, in my opinion. And it's like, I don't want to tell like little kids how to live their life and stuff, and like, I don't know, be like that adult. Technically I am an adult, but I just feel like one of the reasons I liked being a kid was not caring how I looked. And because my parents didn't let me wear makeup, I definitely had higher priorities than my looks. I mean, like, I'm not saying that, oh, high schoolers should never wear makeup and stuff, but it's just like, I think when we live in a culture like this where makeup is such a big industry, it kind of like makes little kids in a way think that their appearance is weird. How like our culture has shifted. Not to say that when I was in high school people didn't wear makeup, they did, but I just feel like it's so much more common now to see kids who are wearing a lot of makeup. And yeah, that's what I was gonna say about that aspect of the makeup industry and beauty culture and everything. Like, everyone watches YouTube now. Everyone watches beauty videos to learn how to do makeup. Another thing I was going to touch upon about YouTube is like a lot of like the pressure. I can only imagine what the pressure is like to create videos, because you constantly have to, like, if your job is social media, you basically, the number really matters, the number of views, how many subscribers you have, and just like how well liked you are on all your social medias, you have to keep up with that. And if people stop finding you interesting, it's like, I'm sure it must be really, really difficult. And I definitely see like a lot of YouTubers like can't really keep up with that. And so a lot of times they'll just do like sponsorship videos to make money. And then I have nothing against sponsorship videos, because I think like people, it does help others know about certain products. And you know, everyone's trying to make a living. I don't think it's a big deal. But I also think like there are some YouTubers out there who literally all their videos are sponsored, and it's just like, you know, are you really interested in this? Like a lot of people gave up their normal job to do YouTube, and like a lot of times their spouses gave up their jobs for them to do YouTube. It must be a lot of pressure, because it's like you have to constantly be thinking of new content and just how to be interesting. And like because of that, like there's so much like clickbait. Oh my god, clickbait is the most annoying and shameless thing ever. Thing that I do like about YouTube now is that a lot of people are getting very, very creative with their videos and stuff, but it's also like, I don't know, it is very like cutthroat now. There's so much competition, and it's like, for me, I'm making videos for fun. Obviously I never really want to do YouTube as a job. Another thing I wanted to talk about was like Instagram and Instagram culture. So at first Instagram was just this app where everyone would post like pretty pictures, and you know, you put like the filter on it. If you look at my old Instagram pictures, I'm just like, what the heck was I even taking pictures? Whenever I go on like my featured page, or I think that's what it's called, all I see are like Instagram baddies. And I'm like, and when I say Instagram baddies, I mean like that same type of girl who is very, like, this is not hating on anyone's style or anything, but I feel like this Instagram baddie culture is just like too much. Like, it's too prevalent. Like, all I see is Instagram baddies who literally all look the same. They all have that same body. Like, they have that hourglass figure, a big butt, but like a slim waist and like a flat stomach. And everyone has like dark hair, tan skin, natural or not. And it's just like, I've read this somewhere, like, you know, before, like, people used to make fun of like Black and Hispanic women for having, not make fun of, like, they were literally racist against Black and like Hispanic women, especially Black women, for having those kinds of figures. And like now it's like cool, and especially you see a lot of like people who are white, you know, really darkening their skin. Blackface was such a big issue, and I mean it still is. And now like you see all these people who are like not of color, and they're just like using really, really dark foundations to look more ethnic. It's kind of like, it makes me angry in a way, because it's like, okay, now that this is cool, like now that white people are doing it, it's cool. Another aspect that I don't really like is the fact that literally everybody looks the same and there's no originality. Like, of course, fashion, everyone copies each other to some extent, but like with Instagram baddie culture, it's like literally everyone looks the exact same. Like, their fashion is the same, their, like, the way they do their makeup is the same, their body is the same. And I know a lot of people have actually brought this up, that Instagram makes them feel very insecure about themselves, because literally that's all I see on Instagram these days. I don't even see pretty pictures anymore. All I see are Instagram baddies, and maybe that's because the people I follow also follow bombardment of that. And also Instagram, I cannot deal with all these freaking, the sponsorships on Instagram are the absolute worst. Like, everyone is a freaking fitness sponsorships for like those detox teas, and like a lot of them are literally what's the word, laxatives. A lot of them are literally laxatives. I mean, I feel like everything is just about looks now, and looks have always been important throughout time, but it's like this constant bombardment of like what is hot when you're just chilling at home. I want to talk a little bit about like what social media was like back in the day. not back in the day. What the heck? I'm acting like I'm so old. I'm not old. For reference, I'm gonna turn 24 soon, but I'm like not that old. But there was definitely social media when I was younger, and that was at first I had Neopets. So on Neopets, I definitely talked to like some of the other users on there, but I don't think you would post any pictures or anything for sure because there were just little kids on there. And I remember I didn't even know how to upload a picture onto the computer. I think that was like around 5th grade. And then in 5th grade, I also started using Zanga, if you guys remember. It was kind of like Tumblr, except you can't really reblog things. You just post your own original content on there. And I used to have that, and I would follow like a bunch of my classmates, and we'd all make like posts. And then like talk to each other through the posts. I don't know, it was weird. And then I remember when I went to middle school, that's when MySpace was popular. And I think like to have a MySpace, you had to be like a certain age, but I wasn't even that age. But I had MySpace, and that was like such an, I don't know, MySpace was pretty cool at the time. It was a new thing. And I remember like the drama about like everyone wanted like the most amount of friends, and like when it came to MySpace, like everyone wanted to be like in each other's top 8. Yeah, then you could post all those like MySpace pics where you would like take a picture from up here. Oh my god, it was so funny. But I remember at first I didn't even know how to upload a MySpace pic, so I had like a freaking teddy bear as my picture. That's after that I got Facebook, and Facebook was pretty popular. But I feel like these days no like high schoolers have Facebook. Like very few of them do. I think it's like not that popular anymore. But I think like with high schoolers, like now Snapchat, Instagram is popular. Yeah, both of those. Oh yeah, and Tumblr is also pretty popular. It is different to grow up with social media now than it was when I was in high school, because like now like a lot of the social media that you have, there's this big focus on like what you look like and what you're doing with your life. Like Snapchat is like, okay, like this is me hanging out with my friends, this is me looking cute. Whereas like in MySpace, it was just kind of like a few snapshots of your life. It wasn't really what you were doing. And I think like definitely it is probably different for high schoolers now. And also like another thing about high schoolers now is I see a lot of them like, I have a few high schoolers on my Snapchat, and I feel like they use their phone in school, which I remember my high school at least, like we weren't allowed to use our phones at all. Like that was considered like so bad, and they would like take away your phone. I remember people used to be like texting under the table and stuff, and nobody had an iPhone. That's what I remember about high school. Like very few people had iPhones. I had like this little like slide phone with a keyboard. Go like that. Oh my god. Throwback. I'm so glad. Like I don't even know how I survived back then without like data and stuff. I had like a limited amount of texts too. There are just a few things I wanted to talk about. I know this video kind of didn't really have any organization to it and no real direction, but I just wanted to like throw out like an opinion video just to see if like I can make one or like how it would turn out. So yeah, like if you did like it, please like the video and comment, subscribe and stuff, because I am close to 100. So I feel like it would be interesting to kind of talk about other topics as well, but I also don't want to be like just talking, posting videos, and no one else seeing it but me. Okay, bye!